So a few days ago, Jen and I noticed we have some game trails along our road here coming out of the brush. When we saw that, we decided it'd be a great opportunity to throw a camera down here, see what we could catch. Well, we caught something. It's not really what we expected. To some extent, it's a little worrisome. You know, we do live in the woods. We have tried to protect our chickens as best as possible, but all we can do is keep doing what we're doing. We got to live side by side with the wildlife out here, even though we know they want our chickens, but that's okay. Anywho, I'm back out here. I checked our camera from last night. And that camera is facing this little game trail right here. That is clearly defined. There's also one right here. Something's been using both of these, so that's all worn down. And actually this one here, if you just follow my finger here, it's worn down all the way to that creek bed. I'm going to show you what we caught here in just a second. But before I do that, this animal is quite tough to get. You hardly ever see them, and once in a while you might hear them. Boy, when you do hear them, you'll know it. It sounds like a screaming lady. I mean, it's terrifying if you don't know what it is. But yeah, let's roll the tape. So that is the second or third fisher that we've caught on our cameras since we've been here. Now, we've heard them out in the woods, I don't know, a couple times a year. You'll hear them. And boy, once you hear them the first time, you'll never forget what they sound like. But there's quite a few YouTube videos that we're able to record, and it's pretty crazy. So anyways, Rex is at it this morning. All right, well, enough of that. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the garage and where we're at with it today. It's been cool these last few nights, so that's why I've got my new hat, which is my fall hat, and my hoodie on. But all right, so I'm standing out in front of the garage. Now, before I show it, I'm going to go over a couple things real quick. Number one, you know, after we finished the roof, I decided to stop filming and just get some stuff done. I needed to get this building completed. We're running out of time. I mean, winter is coming, and we've got so many other projects to do that I really just needed to buckle down and get this done. I'm almost done, but in today's video, we're going to finish it. Now, we've got a few things that we've got to do. And so, yeah, let's just get into it. So as you can see, we went ahead and finished all the siding above the garage door. We got rid of our scaffolding. We got all of that done. We've got all of our trim work on, which is awesome. Inside, there was a lot of concern about the integrity of the walls with the roof on it, and rightfully so. And so to mitigate any risk to the roof, putting too much pressure on the walls and bowing these walls out, I tied stringers every other rafter. Now, I did that first because I thought that's all I needed. And then in between on the rafters, I did not put these stringers on. I put these ties up on the rafters. Well, at first I thought that was going to be good enough, but I've been out here quite a bit over the last, several days, and I've decided that I want to put stringers on all of the rafters from the top plates over. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And the reason we're doing that is for the integrity of the building, primarily so that the walls don't bow out once we get a lot of snow on the roof, which we certainly could potentially have because we do live in Northeast Maine. So that's one of the projects we've got to do today, is to get the rest of the strapping up there and button this building together. Now the other thing we need to do is we have to build a door, which is what all of these boards are sitting out here. Now we already built one, but we've got to build the other door today so that we can just kind of sit them out here, let them dry out. They are relatively heavy and we are using hinges. So we've got 8-inch hinges that we'll be putting these doors on. They're pretty big. I don't have any concerns about them holding the weight. With it being cedar, they are going to lighten up quite a bit the more they dry. But we're going to be waiting probably a week or so before we hang the doors. I want to make sure I get as much of the moisture out of them as possible. Now you can also probably tell I've already started moving some crap in here, and this building is going to get very, very small very fast as I start filling it up. Overall, I'm so happy with the way that the garage is coming out. Somebody told me that we should start calling it a shop more than a garage. There might be some truth to that since this is where we'll be doing all of our work. Fixing stuff, maintenance, all of it. So, I don't know. Only time will tell. What do you guys think? Should we call it the shop or should we call it the garage? Now, why don't we do a little vote? Just drop your what you think down in the comments below. Is it a shop or is it a garage? All right, well, the first thing we need to do is I need to get some stuff cleaned up in here. I got to get a ladder in here, get some 2x4s because we're going to start putting up that strapping. Okay, so I got another one up. Man, this actually takes a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was just gonna zip it up, but that's okay. It's gonna take however long it takes. I'm working on the third one now, and we got 2 more after that. So, gotta just keep plugging away. Okay, so we have strapping at every rafter, which holds the building together. And now that I've got this up, I am not concerned about putting any more supports on the rafters themselves. So we're gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna call this done. All right, well, now that we're done with that, the next step is let's build a door. All right, so there is the frame of the second door. Basically what we've done is we've got our 2 long runners here. Then we've got 3 cross members, or we've got the top and the bottom, or wait, no, we have the bottom and the top, and then we have this middle section here. Now the reason I turned this one, and it is on the outside of this, the frame of the 2x4 flat, as opposed to these, which are I don't know, vertical, horizontal, is because of two things. Number one, I want to make sure that I have a nice flat surface that I can attach the boards to on the outside. In addition, I wanted to make sure I could get this compression, I think it's called a compression brace. This will be the bottom, this will be the hinge side, and then this will be the outside of the, the outside corner, top corner. I think it's called a compression bracing. But anyways, you'll see once I start putting the boards on. But I wanted to make sure that I can join this here in the center. Now I only put 2 screws in here. I should probably put 2 more. I think I'm gonna put 2 more here. So I have 4 here to make sure that yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and put 2 more in here. But for right now, it is dinner time. We are gonna be calling it quits for the day. Overall, I think it was a pretty productive day. We got the rest of all these runners up here. I don't know what these are called. The bracing, whatever. We got them up. It's done. And I decided I'm not going to add any more support to the rafters. Tying these walls in with these 2x4s and then having some of those rafters tied together. This roof is fine. The walls aren't going to blow out. But getting back to the door, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up tomorrow. All I've got to do is put the boards on, throw some trim on it, and then, yeah, then we're going to get it mounted. We get both doors up here, and we'll see if they fit. I think they'll fit. They should fit. I left enough gap there, so they should fit. And then, yeah, so I'm pretty excited. We'll see you in the morning. So as it is, living out here in the woods like we do, sometimes a neighbor needs help and we're willing to do whatever we can to help them. And today we had a neighbor, a new neighbor who just bought some property up here, and they are working on building their own homestead. And well, he's up here for the week, and he forgot to grab some propane, and he's got an issue with his truck, so we're gonna run him over a can of propane or a tank of propane, so that he can cook and still get some hot meals while he's up here working his property. That's just the way it is up here. You gotta do what you can to help your neighbors, and when you need help, they're there to step in and give you a hand. Without neighbors, I'm not sure Jen and I could have done half of what we've been able to accomplish. Hey folks, so we are back at it today. We've got the frame over here, so I've got to get this thing down. It sounds like there's a plane above us. We don't get a lot of planes around here, but there is one little water plane. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get the frame of the door down, and then we're gonna start putting some cedar panels on it. All right, well, we've got the siding on the door. Last thing we need to do is put the trim. Unfortunately, though, we are expecting a couple of days of rain, so I've got a hell of a mess to clean up out here. Plus, I've got some other stuff that I've got to get under cover before the rain comes or before the day ends, because I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow because by then it'll be too late. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for the day. As soon as the rain, once the rain is gone, then we will go ahead and get our trim on this door, and then we're going to get the doors up. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to wait till the next video for that, because, like I said, I got a lot of stuff I got to get cleaned up, and I don't want any of this wood out here to get wet. I'm going to be using this scrap wood out here, all of this cedar, for another project. Hopefully, I can get the project done this fall. If not, then we'll be doing it next spring, but we'll get into that project later. It's really important that we get this garage finished this week, because I've got a front porch that I have to get done, and I am running out of time. Winter is coming. We just got word that our first freeze here is going to be, I think, 2 weeks from now, or our first frost. So yeah, I mean, we got so much work left to do this fall before the snow falls. And having this garage is going to be so helpful, because a lot of the work that I have to do, I can just do in here. So obviously, other than build my front porch, but that said, we got to get this building done. All right, well, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. If you want to see this whole build, I have created a playlist for this build. Please feel free to take a look at that. Yeah, other than that, thanks a lot for sticking around and watching this video. And if you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you folks on the next video, where we're getting this hung up there.